Queen Elizabeth I, also known as the Virgin Queen, was renowned for her 45-year reign and is generally considered one of the most honored in English history. Now, many of you guys may be wondering, who is Queen Elizabeth I? Queen Elizabeth I, born on September 7, 1533, was one of the most iconic monarchs in British history who rose to power in 1588. Queen Elizabeth I ruled England and Ireland from 1588 until her death in 1603. Elizabeth's reign brought English culture into popularity, including the works of William Shakespeare and other playwrights, and helped shape the course of English history. Now, what was the role of Queen Elizabeth I, and why was she so special?
Power of Queen Elizabeth I.
Due to the fact that Queen Elizabeth I was a monarch, she held significant power over England. This allowed her to control things such as governance, military command, and religion. Although she worked alongside with trusted advisors, she still maintained ultimate control over the country's affairs. In the legislation, Elizabeth I could enact laws, though this often happened in consultation with Parliament. In the military, Queen Elizabeth I could direct military efforts, which also helped her defeat the Spanish Armada in 1588. Though Queen Elizabeth was not a military commander, she did have a traditional sense in war, which helped her use naval power to go defeat others. In the religious section, Queen Elizabeth I was the head of the Church of England and has helped shape religious policies that define the country's spiritual landscape. How she maintained control over England. Elizabeth skillfully maintained control throughout her reign through a combination of tactfulness, strategic alliances, and political shifting. Queen Elizabeth uses her single status, often fending off marriage proposals, to maintain her political leverage and independence. In doing this, Queen Elizabeth may be symbolizing that she is the country and how she is an independent nation. Elizabeth uses a judicious approach to balance the tensions between Catholic and Protestant groups, maintaining England's power through strategic alliances and treaties. Major accomplishments. Elizabeth I's reign is marked by several notable achievements. One of her greatest military successes is the defeat of the Spanish Armada in 1588, which helped England evade invasion and boost their position in naval power. Next is the Elizabethan religious settlement, which was made in 1599. This achievement helped unify England in both Catholicism and Protestantism. Lastly is political stability. Elizabeth managed to stabilize England after years of religious and political conflict, ensuring her reign as peaceful and prosperous. Influence on art and literature. The Elizabethan era is considered the golden age for arts, literature, and plays, as Queen Elizabeth supported this. Aside from her political achievements, Elizabeth was also a patron of the arts and literature. She supported people such as William Shakespeare and Christopher Marlowe. Queen Elizabeth encouraged the growth of the theater, literature, and the visual arts. Due to Queen Elizabeth, paintings were often dominated by portraits, particularly in the form of a miniature. Miniature art includes paintings, engravings, and sculptures that are very small. Challenges faced during her reign. During Elizabeth I's childhood, she had many challenges. At the age of 2 years and 8 months old, her mother, Anne Boleyn, is accused of adultery and beheaded on the orders of Henry VIII, also known as her father. However, before Anne Boleyn's beheading, there was countless attempts to remove Elizabeth from the line of royalty. An example of this is in 1568, when she had to escape imprisonment by the Scottish rebels and had to seek aid from her first cousin. Another example is the Babington Plot, which was a plan in 1586 to assassinate Queen Elizabeth so that the Protestant known as Mary could become queen. However, despite her success, Elizabeth faced numerous challenges during her reign. Challenges such as religious conflicts. This conflict mainly included the Protestant and the Catholic, as they were both two different religions and they often argued with each other. Next is economic issues. These economic challenges are mostly due to England always going to war, as that costed a lot of money. Lastly is plots and rebellions. Catholic often plotted against the Protestant as they had two different religions. This often led to an assassination attempt against her, such as the Babington plot. However, they were not successful. Impact on religion in England. Queen Elizabeth I had a huge impact on religion as she tried to bring together Protestants and Catholics. As a result of this, in 1599, she passed two laws. The first law being the Act of Supremacy. This made Elizabeth the person in charge of the church, taking away all the power from the Catholic Pope in Rome. The second one is the Act of Uniformity. This made Protestantism England's official religion and made sure everybody had to learn it. This further persecuted the Catholics, making them hate Elizabeth even more. This is the role of Queen Elizabeth I and what impact that she had on England during her reign.